Welcome back to the Film and TV channel. I hope you're all staying safe and well. And today we've got a new series, but it's a new series following on from an old series. It's moved channels, but we're going to have a look at something called Vikings Valhalla today, so please join me for that. If you're new to the channel, push that subscribe button, push the bell notification on these vlogs are coming out. Please, all thumbs up are much appreciated. I try and inform and try and entertain where I can on this drama reviews. I do information vlogs and film reviews, of course, as well. So if you enjoy, please tell your friends and get some more on board. That'd be brilliant. Yes, of course, Vikings Valhalla is a follow-up, isn't it? It's a follow-up to Vikings, yes, that was on the History Channel, don't forget. Yeah, I mean, that was, I think it played with the, obviously for me, the History Channel should be realistic history. And obviously there's a lot of dramatic license, of course, with the original series Vikings, which probably will and probably has continued with this one. I've not done any great back checks into this, but we've got 8 episodes with this new season by about 55 minutes approximately. It's created by Jeb Stewart for Netflix now, so Netflix have took over from the History Channel. Of course, it was filmed in County Wicklow. That was the original film there. I'm not 100% sure, possibly. And it's set 100 years after the events of the original series, Vikings. And it chronicles the beginning of the end of the Viking Age, marked by the Battle of Stamford Bridge. Yes, not the football team, not the battles there over time. And obviously the battle now with their owner going walkabouts or selling the club as I'm recording this in 1066, of course. Battle of Hastings, all that malarkey. I think the Stamford Bridge was before that, wasn't it? I think that didn't help. It didn't help young Harold when he was obviously trying to fight the Normans, was it? I lose track of history now. My history's gone, but I think he had to see off the Vikings first before he went and obviously got another battle that he wasn't as successful in, of course. The series premiered on Netflix on February the 25th, 2022, so it's all available. I binge watched this, as you'd expect, over an evening and an afternoon. And it stars, let's have a look at the names here. I'm going to struggle on some of these. Sam Kohler as Leif Erikson, Frida Gustafsson as Freydis Eriksdotter, Leo Suter as Harald Hardrada, Bradley Freegard as King Canute the Great. Yes, and we'll get to see him holding back the waves, I suppose. Johannes Hooker Johansson as Olaf Haraldsson, Caroline Henderson as Jarl Harkin, Laura Berlin as Emma of Normandy, and David Oakes as Earl Godwin. Yes, a few interesting accents as well, as you would expect. Is it any good? But all these scores are at the 3rd of March 2022 at 1 p.m. UK time. Rotten Tomatoes, 90% positivity, which is very good. There's no individual scores, just a 90% positivity. Brian Lowry from CNN.com, he said about this series, sailing from History Channel to Netflix, Vikings Valhalla should be an even bigger attraction, charting a new chapter set more than a century after the original, while offering most of the same lusty charms. Can't disagree with that. Lucy Mangan from The Guardian says it's fun, no more, no less. Bit of history, bit of gore, bit of sex, bit of plot, lots of hair. Yes, well, there's not much on hair on this show, is there? Deborah Ross, a bit of a lone voice, actually. She didn't like it, Daily Mail. I don't think she quite got it, Deborah. She's from the Daily Mail, which probably says a lot, in all fairness, here in the UK. She says, one beard only has to look at another beard, and that's it. Throat slit, this has, in short, not been approached with any wit or humour or cleverness. Yeah, I don't think Deborah quite gets the whole idea. I'm not sure if she's new to Vikings or she knows what the premise is, but interesting critique anyway. The Rotten Tomato audience, they were not overly impressed, only 59%, which is just under that 60% I like to see. So that was strange. We've got no breakdown of that either on Rotten Tomatoes. I don't know what they're up to at the moment. Metacritic, 14 critics reviews, and they scored it 70 out of 100, and he got 12 positive, 2 mixed, and 0 negative reviews, and it scored anywhere between 60 out of 100 and 8 out of 100. The Telegraph's Anita Singh, she sort of liked it, 60 out of 100, it's fair enough. After a well-placed opening episode, the plot starts to drag. Yes, you're probably right, mainly when it focuses on a female character, Freydis Eriksdotter. Frida Gustafsson plays that role, back in Scandinavia, while the main action takes place in England. It's much better when giving us battle scenes or the machinations involving Ethelred's Carol's son Edmund and shrewd widow Emma of Normandy. Yeah, that's a little bits I liked. Variety's Caroline Franca gave it 80 out of 100. She liked it. So sure, the show can sometimes feel like a montage of strapping bearded men introducing themselves to each other before beating each other up. But Valhalla also demonstrates enough ambition and handle on its characters and pivotal time period to justify diving into its world, no matter how much you may have known about it before taking the plunge. Internet Movie Database. Let's go to Joe Public. 11,733 scores. There are a number of 10 out of 10s. There are a number of 1 out of 10, so I've ignored them. So we've ended up with 5,735 people who scored at anywhere between 6 and 9. Very healthy. And, well, a sizable 1,024 scored it between 2 to 5. So overall, that's an 85% positivity rating, which isn't bad. Episodes themselves that score anywhere between a 7.3 and 8 out of 10. So that's obviously an average taken from all the episodes. My thoughts before we finish this little information review vlog. Despite being set 100 years after the original, which and I will say now, I'm a big fan of the original Vikings, of course, with Mr. Tony Curtis and Mr. Kirk Douglas. I mean, one of my favourite films of all time, it has to be. And I was a big fan of the first series Vikings. Well, apart from Loki, is it Loki? He got my nerves a little bit. It was all right when he started. He just got right on my wick by the end of the series. So, but yeah. So apart from him, who I didn't really like, but I didn't like. Well, it's good not liking someone because you're hoping something bad happens to him. So that's always a good thing, anyway. But this felt, even though it's totally different characters to the original Vikings set 100 years in the future, there might be a couple of the if you like the druid type characters, if you like, or the those guys who might be over 100 years old, who knows. But it was just so familiar. It was just so familiar in its style and story to what we got in the Vikings. So I felt as though I knew most of them very quickly. It didn't take me long to sort of get to know some of the characters. I was confused again as to whether to stick up for England or stick up for Denmark, Sweden, Norway, even Greenland, etc. in this one. So that confused me. I'm always confused who I want to win the battles and who I want to do well. I mean, as I say, it is dramatic license. It doesn't stick. It will stick to certain things, but obviously, I'm always sort of stuck I'm stuck about who to stick up for. In all fairness, being a patriotic Englishman, I love the backstabbing, the conspiracies and the backstabbing that goes on, especially over in England when everything's being sorted out there. And the fight, as I say, I'm not a massive action fan, but I like good battle scenes in these historic fantasy things. So I did enjoy the fight and action scenes in this. I thought they were very, very good. And again, as I say, it was set in Wicklow in Ireland, some great sets as well. Yes, it did. I think one of the critics said before, it did sort of lose its way just a little bit at the start. Probably, I was trying to think about episodes 2 or 3. I think episode 1 was excellent, and then I think 2 or 3 did lose the way. But as I said, once it got over to England and you had all the backstabbing and the things going on over there, I think it livened it up again. But it more than made up for that sort of slowish pacing at the times. Throughout the 8 episodes, I thought it was great. I sort of invested in all the main characters sort of more or less straight away. And by episode 8, I was going along with it so well. I was pretty gutted that it was the end of the season. I was hoping there might be 10 or 12 episodes, but unfortunately there was only 8, and I really was very disappointed to get to the end of it. And that's the trouble with binge watching, I suppose. It's good in a way, but if you love something, it sort of ends very quickly. Great entertainment for me. I did like it. Say it's not getting universal acclaim. Certainly, it's getting more likes from the critics, which is unusual with a film with a series of this type. But as I say, it's got enough people who do like it, and I just thought it was really good. I just thought it was great entertainment. As I say, I invested in the first. If you like the first Vikings, some people say that didn't end very well, but I thought it was ended perfectly. I had no real critique or criticism of how that panned out. And I just thought this was just a continuation, but with different characters. But I just felt right at home with it very quickly. very quickly. So I did like it as much as the original. And roll on series 2 for me. I can't wait. And I will give it an excellent score. I'll give it an excellent score for me. If you know my scores, I'm pretty mean. I'm going to give it 7.5 out of 10. I nearly give it an 8, but I thought no, because it did just wander just a little bit early doors, but I forgive it that by the end because I was thoroughly enjoying it. So I will give it a 7.5 out of 10. Let me know what you think about the old Vikings. We're not talking Kirk Douglas, Tony Curtis, but hey, I might even go back and watch that again now. It doesn't. While I wait for this new series of Vikings Valhalla, series 2, hopefully very, very soon. Thanks for watching. Have a good rest of the day. Have a great one. Look after yourselves, look after friends, look after families. More importantly, let's all look after each other to meet here again on the Film and TV channel. I only ask one thing. Please stay safe, everyone. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.